So over the weekend, we got our first listen at Zendaya as the voice of Lola Bunny. If you haven't heard it yet, take a listen right here.
So cute to watch them bicker when everyone knows this is Lola's team. You know, don't love the sidekick label, but we'll let it go because it's Braun.
Now, to me, it sounds fine. Zendaya is a great actress. There's no denying that. She was great in Euphoria, great in the Spider-Man movies. She is a very talented actress. Of course, online, especially Twitter, a lot of people are giving a mixed reaction to this casting. But I don't think the problem is Zendaya. Now, hear me out. I think the problem is that every one of these Looney Tunes characters, for the most part, I'm talking about the classic ones, Bugs, Daffy, Porky Pig, any of them, they have very cartoonish voices, very... Porky Pig, everybody has their Porky Pig impersonation. Bugs Bunny, everybody, a lot of folks do the whole, what's up, Doc? I mean, I can't do it, but a lot of people can. Daffy Duck, clearly a recognizable cartoon voice. Every one of these Looney Tunes has a cartoon voice, except... Lola Bunny. Some very talented actresses have voiced Lola. Starting with Kathy Susie, who voiced her in Space Jam.
Don't ever call me doll.
Susie is an acclaimed voice actress. You've heard her voice in a million other projects, especially if you're like me and was a kid in the 90s. But she did a fine job as Lola. In my humble opinion, maybe the best yet. She just was working with material she was given. Then, of course, not counting the baby version of Lola Bunny and, Baby Looney Tunes, next came Kristen Wiig. That was back. Everybody knew her due to SNL, but she still wasn't a big movie star, so she was doing a Cartoon Network show. And she brought a new spin on Lola. But I remember watching the Looney Tunes show, which I thought was pretty good, and it just... even her performance, as good as it was, it just didn't seem... It felt off. Hearing, again, these, but dad, what? And then Bugs, what's up, Doc? And all this, I can't do a good Daffy Duck, but you know what I mean. Hearing all these cartoonish voices, and then hearing Kristen Wiig...
Yes, Lola, I'm home.
But not for long, because we are going to Paris, France!
Her just normal human voice, which great voice, she's got a great voice, she can sing, she can act, but again, something just wasn't meshing with the other characters, in my opinion, as good as her performance was. And then Rachel Rammus stepped in for Looney Tunes Rabbit Run, the direct-to-video movie that came out.
Oh, Bugs! I just knew you'd save me. Maybe not as much as I knew I was going to get smelted, but I pretty much sort of really was hoping you were going to save me, and you did.
And she did fine, she kind of did the Kristen Wiig impersonation a little bit. She didn't sound exactly like Wiig. She brought her own spin on the character, but very close to Wiig's interpretation. And now we get Zendaya. And I just wish that they would kind of go back to the drawing board, with no pun intended, for Lola, and find a more cartoonish voice for her. Something that does mesh with... It doesn't have to be over the top. Even something that's a little closer to Bugs. Bugs, you can... Bugs has a fairly normal voice compared to a lot of the other Looney Tunes, but still, it's just cartoonish enough, and I wish they could find that balance with Lola as well. But what do you think? Do you love Zendaya as Lola? Do you think, yes, they finally have nailed the casting? Do you think this is the voice that Lola should have for as long as the character continues, or do you think, close, but not quite there yet? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.